Fire Department who was responding to a structure fire. When firefighters made entry, they located the deceased bodies of two we believe to be adult males. Their cause of death or manner of death is unknown at this time. Obviously, it's in the very early stages of the investigation. Through great police work, our investigators, in conjunction with the Hardin County Coroner's Office and the Elizabethtown Fire Department, were able to identify a person as having information concerning this investigation. They identified this individual within an hour and a half, roughly, of the initial report. So very efficient. We're very proud of them for that. We have made contact with that individual, and we're conducting interviews with him at this time. At this time, I am not comfortable calling this any more than a death investigation with suspicious circumstances. And obviously, as this investigation evolves, more information will become available, and I will share that with you. I really want to commend again the Elizabethtown Fire Department as well as the Hardin County Coroner's Office and Hardin County EMS for their assistance in this matter. If anyone has any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer them, but again, unfortunately, I have very limited information.
Has the man you're interviewing been charged with anything at this point, or is he just in police custody?
At this point, he's just here with us. He has not been charged.
Is he considered a suspect?
He is certainly someone who has information, but again, I'm not comfortable calling it a suspect. It's just so early in the investigation. And again, I'm not trying to dance around and play word games. That's not really my game. I think all y'all know me pretty well, but the reality of it is I don't want to say something that's not true. I know the Facebook detectives are spreading rumors, and they're just that, and anything that comes out of my mouth is going to be credible and factual.
What can you tell us about the fire? We noticed that the upper level seemed to have been the area scorched.
So the entire structure it's heavily damaged. As far as specifics as to what part, where the fire, the source of the fire, I'm not able to comment on that at this time.
We found when we got there a tarp being placed over a window. Have the adults been removed from the structure?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been to the scene myself, so I don't know.
Did the fire damage any of the neighboring homes? It's kind of a congested area. Do you know that?
No neighboring homes were impacted, and I want to add that we did immediately, reach out. There's a couple schools within close proximity. I reached out to them directly this morning, first thing, made them aware. But at this point, it's important to say that there is no community threat or threat to any other surrounding neighbors or schools. We do believe we have all information, and anyone who has any involvement with this investigation, we do believe we have them identified and with us at this time.
Can you say if the person you're interviewing knew the two people in the house, or what maybe?
Unfortunately, I don't have that information.
Can you speak to why this is considered suspicious? What circumstances surround that?
Anytime we respond to a scene of a fire and find deceased people, we're going to conduct a very thorough investigation. But there were some potential reports of some things that happened. There were potentially someone fled the area this morning at a high rate of speed. There's nothing to indicate that's not necessarily indicative of their involvement in a crime, but it's certainly suspicious within the close proximity of when the initial event occurred.
I know it's going to take a while for IDs and notifying family and stuff. Is there any indication as to who the people were inside the house? Did they live there, or is there anything you can release at this point as to their identities?
At this time, all I know is that they're both males, and that they are males. Again, I'm not going to speak as to the manner or cause of death. That would be improper to do prior to a postmortem examination, which will be performed by the Kentucky Medical Examiner in the next couple of days.
Stage of the fire, like when they got there, was the home engulfed in flames, smoldering?
No, it was an involved structure fire. And again, our obviously very astute fire department made entry and did what they needed to do and took care of business as they always do. We're very proud of them as well.
Why is it important for you today to have this press conference and let the community know everything? I know it's early into this, just a few hours later, let the community know what you do know at this point.
Well, again, I think you know me pretty well. I try to be transparent, and we try to get information out as we have. I think that's why we have a great relationship with the media as well as our citizens that we serve. And obviously, it does cause alarm. It's a big cause for alarm when you see emergency vehicles at a scene, and we want to put people's minds at ease as soon as we can do that. And it's important for us to disseminate information, and this is the most efficient way I know to do that.
Chris, is there reason to believe that the fire was set to hide something else?
I mean, it's so early in the investigation, I don't know.
Is there a cause for the fire at this point?
So early, we don't have that information. Again, that will take place, with our detective's office as well as the arson investigators in the Elizabethtown Fire Department. And it'll be a lengthy investigation. There's a lot of evidence to identify and recover and send to the state lab for processing.
This may or may not have anything to do with the fire itself, but while I and my reporter were in the general area of the police department. We saw police cars, red lights and siren, being followed by a armored vehicle. Because of traffic, we weren't able to maintain a connection. We lost them. Can you tell me if that has anything to do, that response has anything to do with the fire?
Yes, I can confirm that they went down to a hotel on East Dixie Avenue to locate the individual in whom we believe has information concerning this investigation. And, you know, they came out of the hotel room to our officers, and there was without incident. But it was obviously a precautionary measure to do. Anytime we have a critical incident like this, we're going to immediately activate our special response team as well as hostage negotiators. It's not indicative that we always have a hostage situation when they go out, but it's just, it's a safety protocol, not just for us, but also for the citizens and et cetera. You want to have any additional information
I guess the
or
person
questions?
interviewing will just remain here until, you finish questioning them, or will they be here for taken into custody, anything like that?
Again, we haven't began maybe a preliminary conversation they've had with them at the scene, but as of right now, I don't believe the interview process has even begun. So I can't speculate as to what direction that's going to go.
Did they indicate how this individual left? Did he leave in a car? Did he leave on foot?
He did leave in a vehicle.
The person they saw running away, is that same or different person than the one you're interviewing?
Again, I don't know. That's just kind of the facts that added to the suspicious nature of this investigation. And there are many more, obviously. It's very dynamic, it's very fluid, and again, if I give information that's going to be accurate and factual, I'm not going to share it.
What led you to this person that's being questioned?
Great police work by our investigators. Anyone have any additional questions?
Can you just talk about the area itself? I mean, is it kind of a place where a lot of transients are, and just the street itself?
I mean, it's a residential neighborhood. There's several houses within fairly close proximity to one another, located adjacent to a church and a school. There's other businesses in the area, restaurants. I mean, it's your typical, really, city residents.
Okay.
Is it still blocked off to like other traffic, anything like that, just people who live in that area might?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very lengthy scene that we'll be processing, so access to that area will be restricted until we conclude our investigation. Obviously, we don't want to be a source of annoyance to any of our citizens, but we do have to conduct business, and to keep everyone safe, we'll keep that area secured for as long as we have to.
What's the exact house address?
It's a 500 block, Ben. I don't even know the exact address. I can get that for you at the conclusion of this. Anything? All right. I'll update everyone as we get additional information, okay? Thank you for coming. All right. It's 508 in
Okay.
508 in But again, I just want to say this too. No one at the scene is authorized to speak on this investigation, so please don't approach them. This is becoming kind of an issue, not from anyone here, but information is going out that is not accurate, and that's.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.